Hey girl, hey, happy self-care Saturday talk. On this week's episode, we are going to talk about why self-love matters and what you can do daily to help you on your self-love journey. So if you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. And if you are on your healing journey and you think that, you would like to hear more about healing and becoming a better version of yourself, then I would hit the like and subscribe button because I cover a lot of that here. So before we get started, I just wanted to talk about, how self-love has really helped transform my life and how important it has been on my transformation journey. But many people think that the self-love and self-care is just about, spa days and things like that, but it's much deeper. So that's why I want to make this video today and just really give some details on why the self-love matters and how it can benefit your journey, your life. So let's get started. The first thing that self-love can do is help build your self-worth. Because I feel like, for me at least, when I've never really had a self-love routine. I worked out and I did this and I did that, but I didn't really think of those things as self-love. I worked out because I didn't like my body and I wanted to change it, and everything I did was just trying to improve myself because I didn't like something about me. So I don't really think that was truly self-love, right? Self-love is when you do it out of love, not out of that you didn't like what you've seen. There is a difference there. So I have been on my journey and I have practiced now more self-love. It has helped me, feel more worthy of myself. And I think a lot of times on this crazy world that we live in society, they want you to basically measure your self-worth by what you have, what you have accomplished, how many vacations that you have, and so on. So that was never, though, the way that God intended our self-worth to be measured, is by all of the materialistic things. We are worthy because we are born. That's our birthright, and that is that. So don't let what maybe you don't have yet or what you want to achieve and you're still working towards, don't let that be how you measure your self-worthiness, because that will keep you at a very dark place. And unfortunately, the way that you feel about yourself, your self-worth, it goes into all areas of your life. It goes into your relationships, it goes into your career, it goes into the relationship with yourself, it goes into what you feed yourself. I mean, your health and fitness, your mindset. So if you're not feeling worthy, it just spreads like wildfire in all areas of your life. So we definitely want to make sure that we are feeling worthiness, and that is important. When you love yourself, it says, I am enough just as I am. So don't worry about what other people think about you and, how they want to measure you. That's not important. You're worthy because you were born and you are here, and that is enough. So let's move on to number 2. It sets the tone for healthy relationships. So when you love yourself, you attract and maintain relationships that mirror how you treat yourself, right? So when you're treating yourself with love and care, you're going to attract a partner that wants to do the same for you. I'm not saying this is like that you won't, attract toxic people, because you definitely attract them, but you'll know because of some of the things that we're going to discuss later, boundaries and different things like that. Once you have those established, you'll know, like, okay, yeah, this person, isn't for me. But you definitely don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So the first important part of this is to start treating yourself the way that you would want other people to treat you. Love yourself deeply, care for yourself. That means when you truly love yourself, that means that you're gonna stop settling for crumbs and whatever, somebody wants to give you. You're gonna stop overgiving and, or, even chasing love that hurts, because sometimes we get addicted to the way like our childhood felt, or different things like that, especially if you have like abandonment issues and things like that. We can get caught up in a roller coaster ride of getting dopamine hits by having somebody give us a little bit of a crumb of love, and like, ooh, yeah, that's great, because we're not giving it to ourselves. So we get excited when somebody else gives it to us. But when we give it to ourselves, that little crumb is going to look like nothing. It's important for you to, love yourself daily and make sure that you're filling your own cup up every day. Another important part of this is having, a self-love for yourself. Support your emotional healing. And whoa, that really is one of the biggest game changers that I have seen in my personal life, because I don't know if you ever heard of this before, but in some of my older videos and stuff, our emotional intelligence gets stunted at the age that we were basically traumatized at. So, if you were traumatized at a young age, you're emotionally kind of stuck at that age. Maybe a little bit of growth here and there, but it's not going to be anything substantial, and you're not going to be emotionally intelligent, and then you will have no control over yourself, because you're being triggered every time somebody, says something or does something that you don't like. You're being triggered, and it just is a roller coaster ride that you don't want to be on. When you are healing from trauma, the self-love gives you grace, patience, and compassion. It's to move forward, right? And it helps you stop blaming yourself for the pain that you didn't cause. Because before, I started giving myself love, and even on my healing journey, I would be like, play the victim, like, oh my God, what did I do now? I was always thinking like I was the problem and I was doing things wrong to deserve that and stuff like that. So when you become emotionally intelligent, you realize that no, that's not all of why people treat you the way that they do. It really doesn't have anything to do with you. And I've seen that so much now, even since I've healed. I used to think it was me, but it's not me, because those people actually some people treat me worse now that I'm healed than they did before I was healed, because they liked the benefits that I used to give them of my unhealed self, versus now my healed self. I don't give my energy out. I don't entertain those conversations anymore, because I'm more emotionally intelligent to say, no, that's really not worth my time. I just exit conversations. I will keep my distance from people and take myself out of situations, because if it's not fostering me, if it's not, making me grow and helping me, then I'm sorry, it's really not going to be something I'm going to entertain, especially when you are continuously, trying to make me feel a certain type of way about myself. So yes, that's been the biggest game changer of all of this, is having the self-love, the compassion, and the care for myself, and just emotionally healing and becoming emotionally intelligent. So number 4, it fuels your confidence and courage. So, when you love yourself, you start to trust your voice more, you feel more empowered, and then you are able to make better decisions and pursue your goals without, waiting for permission. I used to, look to others like, oh, do you think this is a good idea? Because they really just didn't have the confidence in myself and the courage to say, yeah, you know what, it is a good idea, and I don't care who doesn't like it or whatnot. In certain circumstances I have, and then in other situations I haven't. So I kind of teetered depending on how I felt in that moment, I guess, or what it was pertaining to. Self-love whispers, but I'm gonna say it should scream, you've got this. So don't give your power away waiting for somebody else to give you permission to do something where you're feeling that you need to do it. And number 5, it protects your mental and physical health. Self-love means listening to your needs. It helps you rest, eat well, set boundaries, and avoid burnout. When you are giving yourself love and care, you're not going to want to eat like crap and say, oh, well, it is what it is, or, you're going to want to make sure that you get more rest and stuff like that. So as you get more rest and you eat food that is energizing your body and your mind, you're going to also set boundaries with your family members and your friends and everything like that, and keep those boundaries strong. You're going to avoid the burnout because you're doing all of those things, and it's going to be a better outcome for you. And this type of care, it is an act of survival, and it's sacred. You don't want to just let everything go to crap, especially your mental and physical health. Those are like really important pieces of the way that you're going to thrive and become a better version of yourself. So when you protect your mental and physical health, you thrive. When you treat yourself like someone you deeply love. Every day, treat yourself like you love you deeply, and get deep into that feeling, because the more you feel it, the more the quicker your subconscious mind will believe it. And so now I'm just going to run into 5 affirmations that will help you reprogram your subconscious mind and start believing some different things about yourself. So the first one is self-worth, for self-worth. So I am worthy of love, respect, and goodness just by being me. Number 2 is healthy relationships. I only allow relationships that honor, uplift, and nourish me. Number 3, for emotional healing. I give myself grace as I heal, knowing I'm not defined by my past. Sorry. Number 4 is for confidence and courage. I trust myself to make powerful decisions and walk in my truth. And number 5, for mental and physical health, I honor my mind, body, and spirit with the love and care they deserve. So, all of these are very important aspects of growing and becoming the best versions of yourself. And you definitely don't want to continually give the power away to other people. Get yourself a nice self-love routine and have practices that you do every day that, remind you that yes, you are loved, you are cared, and you are nourished. And start making yourself a priority by taking yourself on dates. Go on, vacations if you're single. Like, don't wait for somebody to come in and do these things for you or treat you well. Start treating yourself well and making you feel amazing every day, because when you feel good, vibrate higher, and you really, people can feel that, instead of waiting for somebody to come and try to be like your Prince Charming and save the day. You don't want to save you want to save yourself and become an empowered, strong, independent woman who will want a man to just, add to their happiness and not be the cause. All of the TV shows back in the day, it used to be, oh, Prince Charming's gonna come in and save you and stuff like that. But I don't really believe into that anymore. I used to, but now since I've healed, I just feel like we need to save ourselves and have a good foundation for ourselves. And then we will attract a healthy man who wants to come in and add to our life. And then that way we can continue staying strong and giving ourselves love. So happy healing. I hope this was helpful. If you are on a self-love journey and you would love to share a comment with us of what you like to do, please share. I will be happy to read the comments and engage with you. Leave a comment below of what you'd like to do on your self-love journey, or if you haven't started, maybe you can just comment below of maybe something that resonated here with you today. And so then maybe I will know to make another video about that certain subject or whatnot. So I love you, happy healing, and good luck. Talk to you later. Bye.